At the start of this year, I set myself one major goal, and that goal was to save 150,000 Rand towards a home. But that goal has gotten much more challenging. Let's talk about it. Hey, I'm Saidi and I live and work here in South Korea, and I do my best to fit some fitness in my life. If any of that sounds interesting to you, do like the video, subscribe, and also all of the templates that I'm going to be using in this video, it's down in the links below. So the goal for this year was to save 150,000 Rand towards buying a home. And along that goal, I have so many other goals and things that just normal, like living my life while living abroad. And one of those things that I want to do, and I've been trying to do for the last year and a half, is to max out my tax-free savings. So right now we are in March, and of course the budget speech in South Africa just happened recently at the end of February. And if you know, the tax-free saving limit has been increased. So I'm going to be honest with you, I feel like I'm really late in my wealth building journey, and I haven't invested in my tax-free savings for years, or for all of the years that I've been working. And I feel like I'm not a bit behind, I'm very behind, but that's cool. We're gonna try and catch up, and we're gonna try and catch up our wealth building journey. Now, if a tax-free savings or TFSA, that sounds like completely like new to you, you don't understand what that is or what a limit is, I'll really suggest you watch a video. I'll link it down below. It's by Talking Money with Nosy. Like, brilliant content. I think that's the best video that I've watched that has summarized everything in a very like condensed form, that if you are a slow learner like myself, that's one of the best videos that you could like pick up on it and get a whole sense of it. And she breaks down every single term for you. So in short, a tax-free savings is basically an investment account that you save money gradually over the years. And when you decide to pull out that money, or whenever you decide to pull out that money, it's completely tax-free. Ramaphosa's nose won't sniff even a cent out of it. It's all yours. You don't pay anything to SARS. It's all yours. And it's such a powerful wealth builder, in the sense that I think even before a retirement annuity or any other investment scheme or program that you can invest in, maxing out your tax-free saving makes the most sense. Okay, we can get into the maths of it, but this limit being increased simply means that you can start earning dividends on your investment much faster, or you can max out your limit, which is the lifetime limit of 500,000 Rand. You can max out that limit much faster. So if you were to start in this financial year, you would start, it will take you about 10 years and 11 months compared to the old limit of 36,000 Rand. It will take you about 13 years and 11 months. So there's like a 3-year difference of how fast you can max out that lifetime limit. That's huge. That's huge in the long run. Let me just I'm going to grab my laptop, and I'm probably going to be looking down a bit here because I want to just be able to show you the difference of what an impact that makes between maxing out at 36K versus maxing out your yearly limit at 46K. Let's say you have an initial investment of 0 Rand, right? Because month 1, you don't have any money, and let's say this is we're in March currently, and this is your first month of investing in your tax-free savings, and you decide that you're going to put it in, let's say for the sake of keeping things simple, you're going to get a return on your money of 10%. You could get way more than that depending on what you invested in, but let's say we're going to go with a simple return of 10%, and you put it in for 10 years, and every month you're going to continuously put this just 3,000 Rand every month. That will give you 3 times 12 every month, will give you to that max limit of 36,000, the previous max. And that would mean that you would make a investment of 360,000 over the 10 years, and you would have a value of 619,000, but you still have about 140,000 space to actually put that. So it takes you generally about 13 years. So let me say 13 years or 13 and a half years. That's 13 years and 6 months. So you're kind of close to that 500 max limit, right? Let's go really close. 13 years and 9 months. Yeah. 13 years and 9 months. So it kind of takes you exactly about 13 years and 10 months and 2,000 Rand extra, which is 13 years and 11 months. Let's just go 13 years, 11 months, right? So after 13 years and 11 months, you would have about 1,064,000. And if you have this 1,064,000, never ever invest any more money into your tax-free savings. So let's say your investment, you stop putting money in, right? So let's put that at 0, and you have 1,064,000 Rand. Let's just keep that simple. And you continue keeping that money. Let's say you're the age, like myself, around the age of 35. That means you want to probably take this out around the age of 65, when you're probably retiring. So you have about 30 years. So 13 years gone. So you're going to have about, how much is that? 16 years left, 16 years some change. So let's go for 16 years and 25 months, right? So you would end off with 5,367,000. That is huge. That is huge. Of course, there's inflation and money depreciates, but that's significantly a lot of money. But it's very different if, let's do this again, and we are trying to max out to the current limit, which is 46,000, and that's about 46,000. 46,000 divided by 12, that's 3,833 Rand every month. Wait, 3,833 Rand every month. And let's just say you put it in for 10 years. 10 years. 10 years and how many months? 10 months. Yeah. Let's say 10 years and 9 months. 75. 10 years and 9 months, you would have put in 494,000, and it will take you about 10 years and 11 months to be exact. So let's say we get close to it. So you would, after those 10 years and 9 months, you would have 889,000, right? And then let's say for the remaining 19 years, you don't put a cent in again. You don't put a cent in, and you continue at that same rate. So your 898,000. I forgot the 898,000. All right. I don't put a cent after that, and I keep it for 19 years and 3 months. Something's wrong with my calculations. I need one more zero. That leaves you with 6,100,000 7,000. So it's kind of a big difference. Actually, it's a huge difference. It's about 600,000 difference. So the sooner you get to maxing out the 500,000, the better it is for you. So as much as I want to really focus and save towards buying a home, I said it earlier, one of the biggest wealth building strategies or tools you can use is investing in your tax-free savings, because it is tax-free money. So I kind of have to like juggle the two in terms of like investing in my tax-free savings and also saving towards building a home. Like you kind of have to balance the two. And for me personally, I want to max out, because I said I feel behind. I want to max out my tax-free savings every year. So it's good news that they've actually increased the limit. In a way, it's really nice that they've increased the limit, but I would have liked that they also increased the lifetime limit, maybe from like 500,000 to 600,000. But that really helps us working class people, whereas when they increase the year-to-year limit, in a way it helps people who earn a lot, and to be honest, they kind of already good. People who earn a lot could just pay off they limit in their first month and they good, and they can sit and earn dividends on that 46,000 from month one. Whereas people like myself, I can't afford to do that, so I kind of have to like gradually like build up to that amount. Anyway, that's something I really want to do this year. The problem is for people like myself is that because I put it from month to month every month, it was much easier when the limit was 36,000. You just have to put it at the back of your head, it's 3,000 every month, 3,000 every month. Now that it has increased, 46,000 divided by 12 is 3,833 rand and 33 cents. It kind of gets tricky. It's not rounded off. So I made this template to kind of like guide me when I keep like investing in my tax-free savings, so I can keep a good track of my lifetime limits and all of that. You can also download it as well. This is just an example, but this is basically how it works. There is tax-free savings of C4. You can change your name. Let me just call Samu. Yeah, let's do Samu. Tax-free saving of Samu. And here there's all of the different banks. So I prefer to have it in one or two banks or two different like accounts. Yeah, let me use the word accounts. You could have as many as 4 or 5, but then what are you doing if you have like 4 or 5 separate tax-free savings account per individual? But you do you. So if you want to do up to 4, then yeah, you can do it. So if you change, let's say from F&B, I want this to be, let's say Alan Gray. Then all of the future accounts down there will change. All of them will change. So that's the same for your account. So you put your account number. So hashtag, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then all of the following accounts for future months will also change. So we start, let's say this is the financial year of 2024 to 2025. So you plug in for each month, you plug in your figures, and over here I also have a code for the colors. You don't have to do this, but I just like to visually see like under what type of assets is my money in. So is it under like a fixed notice? Is it under ETFs? Side note, the ETFs are the best, or personally I feel like the ETFs are the best. So you can put it under whatever it is you want here. There are codes for it, and then you punch in your figures. So let's say I'm going to change this and say maybe this is 500 rand. Okay, so you'll notice that towards this side it gives you your cumulative year contribution, so how much you've put for the entire year, and then your annual remaining contribution, so how much you can put more in this given year. And it tells you also your lifetime limit. So I am or in this example, Samu is 474,700 away from making her lifetime limit. So this is the financial year started from 2024 to 2025. Remember, we start from March to the end of February. So that's something, this is like a nice tracker that I'm using to make sure that I do not go above the 36 or 46,000 limit, depending on which year you started. So this one starts in 2024, 2025, and the max annual contribution at that point in time was 36,000, and the lifetime limit again was that. But the good thing is that and for 2025, 2026 was the same, and it changed for this financial year, which is 2026, 2027, and now the max is 46. But in future, maybe in 2-3 years time, it might change. Maybe it might go up to 50k. So you can change that, and all of the calculations will automatically happen like instantly. So if that ever changes, then you just need to just change that, and all of the other following calculations moving forward will also adjust with the current max of that year. So that's why it's really good for future. In the future, if anything happens, at least I know that it's still easier to track with that. So that was just a quick video of me trying to show you how I am making sure that I'm not going to get any penalties on my tax-free savings, and I'm not going to go above the annual limits or the lifetime limit. The goal of saving towards a home, not going very well, to be honest. Currently, I have about 7,500 somewhere there. I'll put the exact number here because it's in Korean wons and rands and in between. I'll calculate it. I'll put the number here. But as we get closer to December, I'm hoping that I can double down. Like, I could first knock out my tax-free savings, then I can double down on that. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got some value of it. I really hope that this reaches the right people, young black people like myself, that we are trying for ourselves, that we want to eventually one day have financial wealth, growth, and financial freedom. I'm hoping that people my age and younger are thinking like myself, because yeah, we can't afford to be like our parents. Anyway, before I rant, guys, cheers, and I'm out.